Welcome to Thunder Valley.
Come on.
Here we are at Thunder Valley, High Stakes, a wonderful restaurant with Brody Choy, our general manager. How are you today, sir?
I'm fabulous. Thank you very much, Branscombe.
You know what? Please tell us about this restaurant. Now, for everybody out there, I've eaten here a couple times, and thank you very much for having me. And the food is excellent. So I can't even tell you all the great things we have on the menu. So let's start there and tell us about this wonderful restaurant.
Well, since you've had the opportunity to eat here, you know that we pride ourselves on providing the best food in so many different categories for all of our guests. We are a primary steakhouse. We serve prime meats from the Midwest, grass-fed, and some of the best meats available. But we also serve lobster, crab, and a lot of seafood. We have appetizers, and we just redid our dessert menu, and it is phenomenal.
You know, when someone says we're a steakhouse, not to be confused with the run-of-the-mill steakhouses, because this is a standalone High Stakes.
Correct. The original restaurant, the steakhouse, built its name and reputation on providing excellent service and excellent meat. Since we've changed over to High Stakes, we've even gotten better meat, and we've improved the service. So our guests get even more than before.
You know, there's a certain way of cooking a steak that makes it perfect. Now, I know you guys do it a certain way, and I don't want to ruin it by saying it, but it's kind of cooking it on both sides at the same time, right? Am I right or wrong?
That's correct. We have a special roasting oven. It's 1,800 degrees, and it cooks from both sides. So it not only cooks it more evenly, but it cooks it faster, so we can get it to our guests and our players so they don't have to spend so much time here.
You know, I fancy myself as a good barbecue guy, and there's no way I can get that steak just absolutely perfect. That is the key of what you're saying, is like even heat. Can I say that?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There are no hot spots on the grill. Most grills, most ways of cooking, you have hot and cold spots. So it's difficult unless you're a professional cook or chef, or you do it all the time. It's hard to place those spots. So it's hard to find the right places to put your meat. And with this roasting oven, it makes it very simple.
With a good piece of meat, you need a great wine. Tell us about, because I'm looking over there, and I can't, I like wine, and I can't help but look over there. You guys got an enormous wine cellar.
Yes, we do. At Branscombe, we have over 240 different selections on our wine list. And predominantly, obviously, with a steakhouse, predominantly we have California Cabernet, some Bordeaux, wines that go perfectly with our meats. And some of the best labels, some of the most popular labels that are available. Chateau Montelena, we have Ravana, Joseph Phelps Insignia, Franciscan Magnificat, some labels that all of our guests know. Caymus Special Selection, wines that any restaurant, any wine list would be proud to have on it.
So let me break the faux pas for a second. Some people say when you have fish or lobster, you really can't do a red. I like to do a red. Is it really a faux pas to do that?
Not at all. Not at all. It depends mostly on the sauce and the presentation. Our staff is trained. We're a very unique restaurant. We have 5 members of our staff who are level 1 certified sommeliers, and 1 member who's a level 2 sommelier. And these staff members are work with our guests and work with they're very familiar with the menu, so they recommend whatever the guests want, but also sometimes the best thing for the dish. And red wine can go with fish, yes.
Now you guys offered something here, or do offer something here that kind of just amazes me. And that's really a simple little dish like a chopped salad. It comes perfectly round, and that's amazing. I mean, as you can tell, I can't even talk about it.
Well, it's part of the magic that we do here. It's like being an actor or being on stage. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. We can't tell you the secrets of how we make that.
It's perfectly round, though. It's unbelievable.
But we've decided to make it very easy for our guests to have the chop. There are many different forms of a chopped salad, but we combine all the pieces and cut them all the same size, so it's easy for our guests to enjoy. And it's like getting the perfect bite every time. There's little bits of everything in every bite.
Let's talk about the Ahi Poke as well. I mean, that is mouth-watering, and wow, that also comes perfectly in a nice round shape.
Yes. The Ahi Poke is a ubiquitous dish in many restaurant menus. Our version is extremely special. We not only serve premium grade ahi tuna sushi, but we serve it on a bed of seaweed.
Yes.
And so that adds an extra element of texture and flavor to it.
And extra health.
Yes, indeed.
Well, listen, we appreciate your time. I know that we're actually in here before the rush, and we couldn't film in here before during the rush because the lights are nice and down. It becomes a nice ambiance. The candles are lit. This is really a romantic spot when you come off the gaming floor.
Yes, it's a little oasis off the floor, exactly. There's no gaming machines or tables in here. We don't make any announcements in here, so it's a nice break for any of our players or guests to get off and away from the sights and sounds and the people making money out there on the floor.
Thank you so much for your time. You know, I'm getting a little hungry. I may need to kind of go help the chef back there.
We can do that. Our pleasure.
Well, it's my pleasure, and let me see if I can get a frying pan going. High stakes. We're going to see you here at Thunder Valley.
See you next time at Thunder Valley.